In this video, I'll walk you through 5 top tips for Twitter in 2020, starting with email notifications, how you enable, disable those. Secondly, switching between Twitter accounts on the desktop. Thirdly, direct messages, the options to have someone direct message you even if they're not following you. Fourthly, how you can see either top tweets or the most recent tweets in your display. And finally, Twitter display options, the size of the font, the way it's displayed, the colorization, all that sort of thing. We'll look at all of that in the following few minutes. Here we go. In this video, I'll talk you through how you can go through your Twitter email notifications to make sure you don't receive all those emails from your account that you don't really want. Here we go. Now, particularly if you've got a fairly new account on Twitter, you might want to check that you haven't got email, because automatically by default it should be enabled. So you may be getting emails about people following you on Twitter, all kinds of activities suddenly brought into it. You just go to the settings and privacy, and then you need to click on notifications, and here you'll see preferences. So you'll see SMS notifications, so if you have that enabled you get text messages. You certainly want to turn that off if it's not there. Obviously you have to enter a phone number to do that. Push notifications are the standard ones that when you're not on Twitter, you're not getting notified via your web browser about what's going on. But the most important one is the email notification. So we'll click on there. You'll see if you've got it enabled, then you can have a selection of different things you want to get notified about. But I mean, top tweets and stories, I'd turn that off. News from Twitter, etc. All these things I wouldn't include. The simplest way by far is just to go to the email notifications section and just turn that off completely. And that will stop all the emails coming through from Twitter, and then you can decide which ones you'd like to receive later on and enable them one by one. In this video, I'll show you how you can switch between Twitter accounts on the desktop using the Add Existing Account button. Here we go. So now, just like on the mobile app, you can switch easily between different Twitter accounts without having to log out and log in as somebody else. Obviously you have to log in each time, but once you've logged in you can switch between them. Okay, so what you do is you go down to where it says below tweet, you have the account you're using, you have the option to log out there, but you can now say add an existing account, and you just need to enter the email and password for that account, or as in this case the username on Twitter and password, and then click login. I think in this case it's just an account I haven't used very recently, so I just need to put in this confirmation code. And so now I'm logged in. Okay, so I'll say that's correct. And now I can go back down here, click on the drop down, and go back to the original account that I was logged in as. So really convenient if you've got multiple accounts to handle. I often found it difficult. I had to log out each time just to be able to access another client's Twitter account. So that's an improvement to the interface, adding an existing account. Twitter messages or direct messages are a way to send private communication to other Twitter members. And you can enable, even if they don't follow you, to allow people to send you messages. Maybe if you're a customer service business, you may want to do that. I'll show you how in this video. Here we go. So yeah, you simply go to messages from your home feed, and you can sort of get the summary, the first couple of lines of each message, but not so much detail, because when you send a message you can have an unlimited number of characters. You're not limited to the 160 characters for a tweet. You've got as many characters as you like, I believe up to 10,000 characters. So you can have actual conversations with people. You can have a look. You can send them lengthy information. You could maybe automate that in some way. So lots of different options. You can send pictures, GIFs, smiley faces, that sort of thing. But as I say, you can actually have it specified so that they don't need to be a follower, because that was a problem people would try and get in touch with companies, but because they're not following them and following them back, the company not following them back, they wouldn't be able to message. So although you can't do anything about other people's direct messages, what you can do is enable your own settings to allow people to message you. You may not want to do that necessarily if you're looking to avoid spam accounts, that kind of thing. You will probably open yourself up to it, but at least it gives a communication line in case you need to hear from people directly. So what you do is you go to More, and you go to Settings and Privacy, and you need to go to Privacy and Safety, and you can see here, receive messages from anyone. You'll be able to receive direct messages even if you don't follow them. You can learn more there. And there you go. But essentially, by checking that box, anybody who just wants to get in touch about anything at all can do. Just while we're here, you can also see read receipts as well, so you can have them shown. So someone sends you a message, you'll see when you've actually seen it. If you turn it off, then you're not able to see whether other people have got read receipts as well. So it's probably a good idea to show that read receipt, and good idea to leave the quality filter on to improve the kind of spam type accounts that I'm talking about. So that's it. That's direct messages on Twitter. You can have multiple people in a direct message conversation. So it's not just one-to-one. You can include multiple people in it. Lots of different things you can look at. It's certainly moved on a long way from the original Twitter direct messages, which most people try to avoid in my experience because they were so full of spam. So there's a lot more options around personalizing communication all the time. When you're viewing the Twitter newsfeed, you have a choice of the top tweets, which is the default position, or you can view the latest tweets. I'll show you how to change between those in this video. Here we go. So here I am on the home feed, and if you go here to the star icon or some kind of star night sky icon, at the moment it's set to showing you the top tweets first. So that means Twitter's applying its own algorithms to choose which content it wants to show you first. Alternatively, you can go to the latest tweets instead. So if I say latest tweets, you'll see latest tweets as they happen. So 1 second ago someone tweeted there. So that gives you more of a current time critical thing. Particularly useful, I suppose, if you're looking at a particular event happening on Twitter and you want to see things happening in real time. But if you want to switch back, you just go there and say go back home, and you'll see the top tweets first. As it mentions there, you can also view your content preferences. They're effectively what you look in terms of search, what content you can see. Are you allowed to see anything marked or deemed as sensitive? And do you want to not include blocked and muted accounts in the results of those searches? And also the explore settings, we can show content locally to you, what's happening around you right now, or you can turn that off as well. And you can change the location to a different one. So that's how you switch between top tweets and the latest tweets. It used to always be the latest tweets for all you could see, but now you have that much more curated view from Twitter, which helps you determine what you want to see more regularly and probably improve your experience for you. Did you know that you can customize how you view Twitter by going to display settings? You can change the font size, color palette, all that sort of thing. I'll show you how in this video. Here we go. So you just need to go to the More option on the menus and then go to Display. And here you can see it affects all the Twitter accounts you use on this same web browser. They're only visible to you. And I can increase the font size from medium there to much larger, so bigger appearance. I'll go back to the moderate. Change the background color palette from the standard blue to different variations, so maybe something to suit your branding. And you can also have the background being darker or even fully dark like that, depending on how you prefer to operate. So, and that will apply, as I say, to all the Twitter accounts you use on that browser. So that's how it's done. Very simple.